guys, welcome back to another Ghost Reaction, and today we're reacting to another video, and that video we're reacting to today is another watchMojo video. I wanted to separate the videos that I'm reacting to at the moment. I've got a lot more coming up, but I just wanted to separate them to be different. I don't want them to keep being the same thing over and over again, so this is what we're doing today. It is top 20 biggest game show fails of all time. This video is 19 minutes and 41 seconds long. I've got no clue what is going to happen. I'm guessing it's just, from what I can see right now from the screen, it is just going to be just a load of game show fails that is obviously in the title, but it's going to be, I don't know if it's just British shows. It could be all over the world shows, but I've got a feeling it's just going to be British because it's starting off with The Chase from the UK with Bradley Walsh. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into it today with this video. Let's go.
The Statue of Liberty is a pale shade of what colour? A, pink, B, brown, C, green.
Well, it's green, obviously, isn't it?
Pink.
Oh my god.
Welcome to WatchMojo.
How
and today
stupid.
We're counting down our picks for the most hilarious moments in which game show contestants crashed and burned, regardless of whether they ended up winning or not.
Oh, we've got Steve Harvey on the screen as well now, so I reckon it's going to be American shows as well.
What is coupon?
So it's not just English, hopefully.
Number 20, a slip of the carpet. The Price is Right. There's something about
Oh, I
guessing
love Price is
correctly
Right.
on The Price is Right that sends contestants into an immediate frenzy. While that reaction is now commonplace, few contestants have matched the enthusiasm of Kaylin Allen from Arvin, California.
$2,960.
After correctly guessing the price of a set of paddle boards, Allen joyfully sprints towards announcer George Gray
And
with her
trips
arms
over the
outstretched.
carpet.
However, her trip
Knee
takes an
smashing two
unexpected turn
TVs
when she
in the
slips on the
process.
carpet and falls face first into Gray's crotch, sending him right into a set of flat-screen TVs. Model Chrissy Teigen then
That
adds
could have
to
been
the
very
chaos by
expensive.
pretending to give Gray CPR. By this point, host Drew Carey is in a fit of giggles, struggling to even complete his sentences.
Spin the wheel.
Oh, Drew Carey from the original host for Whose Line Is It
Number
Anyway?
19, Turkey, Turkey, Turkey.
I love that show as
Family
well.
Fortunes. They say a team is
Family
only as strong as its
Fortunes.
weakest link. One
Ooh,
contestant on the UK's
original
Family
Family
Fortunes
Fortunes as well.
exemplified this during the big money round in this classic 1983 episode. The contestant, Bob Johnson, had apparently overheard the word chicken as the correct answer to the third question, and confidently assumed that turkey would also be right.
Name something people take with them to the beach.
Turkey.
While his assumption eventually proved true, Johnson unfortunately had no idea which specific question warranted the response. This resulted in him answering turkey 3 times in a row, causing the audience to erupt in laughter.
Food often stuffed.
Turkey.
We're not sure what exactly is funny. We never go to the beach without our trusted turkey.
Name something people take with them to the beach. You said.
Why would you take a turkey to the beach?
Number 18, pass on the win.
Unless
Catch
it's cooked
21.
turkey already.
While
You're not going to
Catch
take a normal
21
turkey
isn't one of
or
the
a
most
dead turkey,
popular
are
game
you?
shows out there, that
Or
doesn't make
uncooked
this
turkey.
fail any less epic. Contestants who correctly answer a trivia question are dealt a card that they must decide to keep or pass on to one of their opponents. Just like in blackjack, the goal ultimately is to reach 21, a detail this contestant Robin certainly was aware of. However, after
I've
she
never heard of this
correctly
show
answered
before.
her question and was dealt a 7,
It's a 7.
which would have put her over 21, Robin decided to pass the card over to her opponent Paul.
I want to pass it to Paul.
This inadvertently landed him right on the target, securing him
What
the
an
win
idiot.
and leaving Robin
Oh
to
my
say
God.
her goodbyes.
Robin, thank you so much.
Number 17.
basic math
a
before you
brilliant
do that.
choice. Countdown. When
Oh,
forced to come up
Countdown.
with the
An old
longest
classic
word he could
over
with a
in
jumble
Britain.
of 9 letters, one contestant offered the word hentai. The nervous way he gave the response showed he wasn't sure the judges would accept it, but surprisingly, they did.
It should be in the dictionary.
Susie Dent, Countdown's lexicographer, made it sound like hentai was a perfectly normal word, going on to define the word as a subgenre of manga, and not mentioning its sexually explicit nature, begging the question if she knew what hentai really was.
Hentai is brilliant, yes. It's a subgenre of Japanese manga and anime, etc.
But perhaps most surreal, hentai ended up winning the round, because the longest word the other contestant could come up with was patty, which was 5 letters and not nearly as fun.
Thank you, well done.
Number 16, Seagull's Night at Chuck E. Cheese, match game.
Wait, what?
Competing on a nationally
What's this show?
televised
Is this
game
an American?
show
There's
is
obviously
undeniably
American as well.
intense. Add a panel of celebrities to the mix, and the pressure likely becomes overwhelming.
What?
That must be the explanation behind this monumental fail. Host Alec Baldwin reads out the clue about Singles Night at Chuck E. Cheese and proceeds to explain it to the celebrity guests.
To heat things up, they emptied the ball pit and filled it with blank.
Nevertheless, it all seems to go over the head of the contestant Barry, who confidently responds with fish.
They emptied the ball pit and filled it with blank. Fish.
Turns out Barry misheard the clue as Seagull's Night. By the time he realizes his mistake, it's a little too late. His only consolation is a series of sympathetic hugs from the celebrities and, of course, Alec Baldwin's album.
You still get a copy of my album, Alec Sings the Hits.
Number 15. The month of September.
Oh my God,
Family
what a
Feud.
shit prize,
Despite the
man.
many ridiculous answers given during the
To
original
lead-
run of Family
as-
Feud,
oh, they
host
could've got
Richard
something better
Dawson
than that.
somehow always maintained his composure. That is, until Kathy Trejo came along. In the Fast Money round, Dawson asks Kathy what month of pregnancy a woman begins to show. Naturally, she responds with September.
September.
Something.
While we're sure many pregnant women indeed start showing in the month of September, that wasn't quite the answer Dawson was looking for.
September, of course. It's so obvious, isn't it?
The host manages to keep it together for the remainder of the first round. However, when he has to repeat the question to the next contestant, he nearly loses the battle to a fit of laughter.
I'm fine, we'll do it. Here we go.
Number 14, Self Potato, Wheel of Fortune. Look, we all have our moments. It's just that our most embarrassing errors do not happen in front
And
of a
I've
live
heard of Wheel of
studio audience
Fortune.
and millions of viewers, let alone become a viral
Not watched
sensation.
it that often. I've seen
Sadly,
Sidemen do it on their
fifth-grade teacher
channel.
and huge Wheel
Their
of
version
Fortune
of it
fan
anyway.
Lolita Macaulay had a massive brain cramp at the worst possible moment. Faced with a puzzle whose fairly obvious answer was self-portrait, Macaulay chose to go with, well,
Lolita.
Oh, self-potato? Sorry.
No.
yeah, we don't know what she was thinking either. Hopefully her class
What?
of students got a good-natured laugh or two out of
Excuse
the
me?
self-potatoing.
Self-potato?
But I just want to confirm, you did say self-potato? Okay. Don't you worry about it.
Number 13, $7,000 for a hammock. The Price is Right. You know your answer is way off when even your
$7,000
opponent calls
for
it
a
into
bloody
question.
hammock.
In this October 2014
What the
episode of
hell?
The Price is Right, the contestants were tasked with estimating the cost of a lovely hammock. While the others
Please
threw in
don't tell me
reasonable
they thought it
offers,
was 7K.
Corey Sims opted for an outrageous bid of $7,000.
Oh my
The
God.
usually lively audience was so stunned by the response, they immediately fell silent.
7,000. 7,000.
7,000?
Unsurprisingly, Sims was incredibly wrong, as the actual cost of the hammock was only $880.
$880.
He may have lost
Who
out
put
on the bid, but
7K
this moment
on a
eventually
hammock?
went viral, landing him an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, where he got one
How can you
last
think of
opportunity to redeem
that?
himself.
No, I've never seen a hammock in my life. Period. Ever. I'm not lying to you.
I believe that.
Number 12, Horsing Around, Wheel of Fortune. Contestants aren't always the ones
another Wheel
responsible
of
for a game show
Fortune.
fail.
I'm
Sometimes the blame
don't
lies
want to
with
be
the
losing
host.
brain cells in this
Riding
video,
a
but it sounds like
brown
I'm going to. What?
Amazing, and it's wrong.
In a 2014 episode of Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak lost his cool in a big way when contestants kept giving answers using the word horse for the category "What are you doing?" This caused a frustrated Sajak to walk off the stage briefly before returning to yell at the contestants. In their defense, "What are you doing?" is a pretty open-ended category that could include literally anything. The phrase Sajak was looking for was "seeing a buddy movie," which is not a phrase that jumps out. There was no need to yell, but it certainly made for a memorable moment of television.
Who said anything about a horse?
Number 11, Pork, Upine, Family Feud. This
Oh,
answer
this has been
isn't
on the channel
just
previous
incorrect. It's arguably the
If you've
most
watched my previous,
creatively incorrect
videos on
answer
this,
ever
on Family
given on
Feud
Family
with,
Feud. The question is
Harvey
simple.
here,
Name something that follows
then
the
you're
word
right.
pork. Despite an abundance of reasonable options like chop, pie, and wood, this contestant decides to go for the most out-of-left-field
Pork
choice.
cupine.
You know, as in pork cupine.
Name something that follows the word pork.
You pine.
To top it off,
Cupine.
he confidently asserts that not only is it right, but it would be the #1 answer on the board.
It's number one. Oh, my mama. Pow. It's number one.
Unsurprisingly, it is not. In fact, it isn't anywhere close to the board. That is a response that could have come from one person and one person only.
You the only person that said cupine.
Number 10, consenting to fail. Jeopardy!
Oh no.
On a 2015 episode of Jeopardy! A clue was given about a term marking adulthood in common law as
I don't know why,
14
it's just
for
something
boys
about Jeopardy
and
I just
12 for
don't
girls.
like. I find it
One
too
contestant,
boring.
Tom, gave the answer age of consent, which made viewers recoil as
I'm
the
guessing
answer was
there's gonna
not
be some
only
funny
wrong,
moments
but
here.
uncomfortably wrong.
In common law, the age of this, signaling adulthood, is presumed to be 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Tom?
What is the age of consent?
No.
For the record, the right answer was puberty.
What is
Excuse
puberty?
me?
Puberty.
In all fairness,
Did he just say consent at the age of 13 to 14? No, no. Was that 12, 13? What was the age? I've got to go back.
Tom?
What is the age of...
No. 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Who in their right mind would say the age consent to that? The age of consent over here is 16 as well, which is reasonable, I believe. But then there are people who say it should be up to 18, which I can agree with some people who say that as well. There are cons and pros to both sides, I will say. But yeah, let's just get back into it. I'm not going to talk any more about that because that's going to be controversial. So I'm going to go back to where we left off, which is there.
form of online comments.
It'll cost him how much? $9,300. He will finish in third place.
Number 9, Kelly Pickler. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Kelly Pickler's debut album, Small Town Girl, sold close to 900,000 copies. That's less than 5% of the number of people who have watched her appearance on Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader on
okay.
YouTube.
They're trying to
I'm
just
listening to
connect
what you're
it.
saying, but I only hear what I want to.
That's just called being a woman.
When asked to name the European country of which Budapest is the capital city, Pickler exclaimed that she thought Europe was a country.
Budapest? I never even heard of that.
She tosses the idea of France around in her mind because they speak French there, but is also unsure of whether or not France is a country.
I don't know.
France is a country, I will tell you that.
Thank goodness she had an elementary student to copy from.
Your 5th grade classmate Nathan said, "Hungry!"
Ray, you're the best. Thank you. Yay! You tried to trick me.
Number 8, Regis and Kelly, Wheel of Fortune. Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa were a popular morning show duo that most would call household names. But as this contestant reminds us, the operative word there is most.
I
During
wasn't
a
expecting to lose
tumultuous
brain
round of
cells
Wheel,
today, but I
all
am.
3 contestants
A lot of
failed
Wheel
at
of
different
Fortune on
times
here,
to
isn't there?
properly pronounce Regis or Kelly's full names to correctly solve the puzzle.
Like to solve the puzzle, please?
All right.
Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
No, I'm sorry.
Where's my catchphrases and
One
things like
guessed
that? I like
Regis
games like
Philbin,
that.
And another contestant said Regis Philman, while also pronouncing Kelly Ripa's last name as Ripa.
Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
No, that is not correct.
The third contestant looked like he was going to solve the puzzle when it was spelled out for him, but he also mispronounced Ripa's last name as Ripa.
Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
No.
Clearly, none of these contestants were morning people.
Why do I have a feeling this is going to be played a lot?
Number 7, Grandma, Family Feud. When asked to name something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house, one contestant
I think I've seen
responded
this one as well.
enthusiastically with
Naked grandma!
The answer was
Naked
so
grandma.
oddly specific and disturbingly graphic that Steve Harvey couldn't help but give the guy grief for making such a strange choice. However,
Naked grandma.
everyone had to admit that it was something no burglar would want to see.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see that.
You breaking in the house and running up into your grandmama naked.
In the end, the joke was on Steve because Naked Grandma did
Yeah,
technically wind
was
up
on the
as an
list.
answer on the board because
Yeah.
it could be interpreted as occupant, Though that is the only time naked grandma is ever gonna be the right answer to anything. Number 6, Grand Slam fail.
Oh my God.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Millionaire?
During
Yes.
a college week on Millionaire, one student
But it's
from
the
Harvard
American
didn't
version,
exactly
so
make
it's
her
not gonna
school
be
proud. At the $4,000
the old version
question,
that I'm
the
used
young
to.
woman was asked which Denny's menu item was named after a sports term. Any red-blooded American should have known the answer was Grand Slam without so much as a second thought. But this contestant got mixed up and made slam dunk her final answer.
A slam dunk, final answer. Oh. I meant Grand Slam.
Only once the answer was locked in did she realize her mistake. After such a horrific blunder, she probably never wants to step into another Denny's again.
Sorry you said that. I'm so sorry. It was Grand Slam.
And that's why you should always take a second to reflect before uttering the words
Poor
final
woman.
answer.
At least she knew the answer
Number 5,
immediately after
what
saying the
does
wrong
urban
one.
mean? The newlywed game.
Kathy?
This is old.
I don't know what they mean.
We don't know the origins of the dumb blonde stereotype, but this contestant certainly fits the bill. When asked if her new husband was more urban or rural, Kathy looked completely dazed before admitting she was unsure what either term meant.
Heck, he's urban.
He's urban.
Yeah.
How long has he been that way?
About 2 months.
2 months he's been.
She decided that her husband was urban and, to the delight of both the host and the audience, answered several questions about her husband's urban problem that required the attention of a doctor. Host Bob Eubanks leads the oblivious lady down the rabbit hole of questions that get more uncomfortable as they progress. By the end, the audience is in stitches, and Eubanks isn't too far off himself.
Did the doctor give him anything for his urban?
He gave me something.
Number 4, Toronto in the USA. Jeopardy! Back in 2011,
Another Jeopardy one.
before
What
the
is up
rise
with
of
these people?
self-driving cars and ChatGPT,
The Chinese ain't even
supercomputer
this was at the
Watson
start,
made a
but
notable
it hasn't been
appearance
in
on Jeopardy.
since.
Watson, which was built specifically for this purpose, faced off against two of the show's greatest champions.
Where's
Ken
Deal or
Jennings
No
and
Deal and
Brad
things
Rutter.
like that?
The supercomputer
People don't even know what I'm
triumphed in
talking
the
about if
initial
you're
2
American.
rounds. However,
I'm going to have to
when it
show
came
you
to
our game
Final
shows over
Jeopardy,
here, because
Watson
similar
stumbled
ones to
and
yours,
fell.
but we've got different ones as
Presented
well.
with a clue about a U.S. city and its World War II related airports,
Like Bullseye
Watson
and things
was
like that.
surprisingly
Oh.
the only contestant to get the answer wrong.
Crystal
And
Maze.
the response was, what is Toronto?
Not just that, it responded with Toronto, a city obviously not in the U.S. Good to know that even supercomputers don't know it all.
And the wager, how much are you going to lose? Oh, you sneak. $947.
Number 3, You Fool! Hollywood Squares. The late Gilbert Gottfried was widely known for his distinctive
I love
screeching
this guy.
voice and strong New York accent. But 2 lesser-known things he
He
gained
was so
recognition
funny in
for were the words, "You
Beverly Hills
fool."
Cop. I don't know which one it is, the first or second one, but I know he's in one of them.
You fool!
And Problem Child as well. He plays the
Gottfried
headmaster.
famously uttered the phrase
in
during an
the
October 1999
second
episode of the game
film?
show Hollywood
Oh
Squares.
no, yeah,
The
because he's
two
in the first one
contestants
as well,
needed
isn't he?
Gottfried Square to
He's in
win the
both.
game, but neither could accurately read his poker face to discern whether he was lying or telling the truth.
Oh, I've got
As
to
a
watch Problem
result,
Child
they
again.
made a series of incorrect
Oh, I missed that
guesses,
film,
each
those
quickly
films.
followed by Gottfried yelling, "You fool!"
I'm agreed. You fool!
The hilarity continued until one contestant finally made the correct guess,
Iago.
answering the easiest
From
question
Aladdin.
possible and bringing the game to a close.
I'm agreed. You fool!
Number 2, an animal with 3 letters in its name. Family Feud.
Something
cat,
that
dog.
comes with a summer storm.
Snow.
Back to the Family Feud Fast Money Round. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and this father-son duo certainly proves that claim. When asked to name an animal with 3 letters in its name, Bob answers with
Frog.
When asked the exact same question, Bob's father, who is also named Bob, answers with
Alligator.
prompting host Richard Dawson to ask if he uses narcotics.
No, but
I thought frog was bad.
The pair somehow managed to win $415, despite
How?
younger Bob thinking that snow comes with a summer storm.
Please watch us tomorrow and see if he has the nerve to show up again, will you? We love you. We'll see you here on the Family Feud.
Number 1, Aeschylus.
Another
Wheel
Wheel of
Fortune.
Fortunes.
Who would have thought that watching Brad Pitt run around with long blonde hair would have been all you needed to do to win $1 million?
He plays Achilles in this film. And, yeah, there you go.
On
And that's
this
how
episode
Achilles
of Wheel of
died.
Fortune, all Indiana University student Julian Batts needed to do to win that sum was pronounce Achilles
That's a decent
correctly.
film as well.
Instead,
That
he
is to go
said
watch if you haven't
something.
seen it. It's a decent film.
Mythological hero Achilles.
Can't accept that.
Later, Julian had a chance to win a car, but thought the puzzle was world's fastest car instead of world's fastest man.
B.
Can I solve?
Yeah.
The world's fastest man.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, finally.
Wheel of Fortune may just be this kid's Achilles heel.
On the spot dice spin.
No. Shelby?
On the spot decision.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think anyone has ever taken a more circuitous route to victory.
But that's the end of today's video. So many stupid answers. You don't get that many stupid answers when you watch like art game shows over here. You don't get as many. We get some, just not as many as you lot over there. Yeah, let me know if you watch any of these shows as well. If you've seen any of those before. If you haven't seen any of those before, please let me down in the comments what your opinions are on what you just watched as well. Yeah, I think I definitely have lost brain cells again. I wasn't expecting to. I thought this was going to be like a not losing brain cell video, but by the sounds of it, it has happened. For God's sake. Oh my god. But yeah, if you like this type of content, please smash the like button down below. If you're not a subscriber, please smash the subscribe button as well. Notification bell to be notified when doing uploads such as these ones and my gaming videos at the weekend. If you are interested in watching me react to some films as well, I've got a Patreon. The link to that is down in the description below also. Full-length films, no interruptions. And at some point, people will be able to, in the future, will be able to do like react to films with me as well. You'll be getting merch coming out to that as well at some point. But yeah, that's all I've got time for today. The Cybermen video, Cybermen Sunday video will be coming out towards the end of the week before my gaming video, because of the amount of editing I've got to do for it. But yeah, like I said, that's all I've got time for today. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.